Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today looking at Pick a Polar Bear. This is by Jolly Thinkers. I have other games in this series to bring you to. This is a game I've recently played, as of this month in fact, and there are new variants included. Sounds very interesting. Very, very cute artwork, and I'll tell you more about that in another video, including some nice t-shirts you might see me displaying. So this is a game whereby it's a 1 to 5 player game, takes about 15 minutes to play. And the premise of the game is basically to match and find something that's exactly the same or something that is one different from an existing card. Now, if you are watching this as a short, please make sure you watch the full video on YouTube, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And of course, make sure you check out the comments and descriptions whereby you can follow on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, Patreon, the podcast, etc. So aim of the game is pretty much either collect most cards or get rid of most cards. Lots of different ways of playing it. I'm just going to give you one example. It doesn't really matter if these cards are shuffled up. As you can see, these are some sort of special cards, which you'll have no idea what I'm talking about, but let's crack on and just show what I'm doing. So what's the difference between this card and this card? Well, they're the same. Oh, look, in that case, you got to keep one of them. As you can see, there's a few cards that are the same. In this case, this is a polar bear wearing goggles, and there's quite a number of them, but this is a difference of exactly two. Two, because, can you see, it has an extra arm visible, and it's got a fish. So there is not a difference of exactly one or exactly the same. Therefore, if you were to go, ha, then you will basically lose a card. So if you're trying to get the most points, you're going to lose. Now this case though, there's exactly one difference to this one. One difference to this one, sorry, because there's one arm and of course he's got a thing. Here we've got no goggles, got two arms, so that is not the case because he's now got goggles and he's got fish. As you can see, what you're going to be doing is on your turn, and I say it's simultaneous pretty much, everyone's revealing cards, and you can go, oh, well actually this card is exactly one different, no there's not one difference going on there, but that's the same, so then you can take that, and you can have these cards covering each other, you don't have to, you can make a nice big tableau. So this card is bigger, so it's exactly the same, but there's fish, so there's two differences. That of course doesn't work, but don't necessarily cover over the cards. But what I'm trying to get at is sometimes you might have two things that are valid at the same time. So in this case, they're both valid. So you could take that card and someone could take this card, someone could take this card because it is exactly one difference. So you can see there's lots of different things going on here. Very fun. And sometimes you get from colours. So suddenly, I don't know, as you can see, that is too small, but it's a different colour as well. So lots of things you can play with. If this is the kind that interests you, you might want to check out another video because I'm going to be combining it with a different animal as well. That is the game. What do I think of it? I think it's kind of like a very good game. I think it's a 7 out of 10. It's not great, but it's quick, it's funny, and it's a game actually, I must admit, and doesn't always occur like this, a game that I think the more you play it, or just playing it, is better than simply having it shown to you. That's what I recommend. And this game, this company is always packed out with people. But as you can see, there's exactly one thing that is the same or one thing that's exactly different. And in this case, you can actually play a game whereby you can pause the video. Can you get rid of all these cards? So for example, that card, if that goes, then what is exactly one similarity? Well, it's probably this one because he's got an extra paw. And then we can get rid of this one because he's missing his tuna fish. And then this one is the same, but it's blue background, and then he's smaller, then he's lost a paw, etc. And then of course he's gone back to yellow, and then he's got tuna fish, and now he's got sunglasses. That's how the game goes. You can play it solo. It's very fun. 15 minutes I think is on the low side. I think it's more like 20, 30 minutes to play. But again, there's lots of other things you can do, lots of different ways you can play it. Like I said, everyone reveals a card at the same time, and suddenly like, oh, well that's now out. So I wouldn't recommend covering over cards. But you'll notice that lots of cards can go at the same time. And that's a really nice, I would say, arc to the game too. Like I said, lovely artwork. It's a nice sized card. Decent quality finish as well. It's quite a nice thick card as well. It's not too much about snapping down those cards though. But I hope you found this of interest. This is by Jolly Thinkers again. Pick a Polar Bear. Fun title. Designed by Torsten Landvost. And I hope you found this of interest. Enjoy the game. This has been Pick a Polar Bear. Back to the table.